Yes, sir. Ready and waiting.
Yes, move out. Of course.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Very well. Awaiting orders.
Awaiting orders. Very well.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting.
Agreed.
At once.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Reporting.
Acknowledged.
Agreed. Yes, sir. At once.
Awaiting
orders.
orders.
Very well.
Ready and
Reporting.
waiting.
Very well. Reporting. Agreed.
Moving out.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. At once.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Commander? Of course.
Acknowledged.
Agreed.
Medic report. Affirmative. Affirmative. Moving out.
Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Reporting. Ready and waiting. At once. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative.
Medic report. Affirmative. Medic report. Moving out.
Yes, sir.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Reporting. Very well. Very well. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Very well. At once. Reporting. Very well. Reporting. At once. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting.
Agreed.
At once.
Yes, sir.
Awaiting
Of
orders.
course.
Acknowledged. Very well. Very well.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Reporting. Very well.
Medic reporting.
Awaiting orders. Yes, sir.
Commander? Of course.
Reporting.
Ready
and waiting. Agreed.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting.
Affirmative.
Reporting.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Very well. At once. Very well. At once.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Agreed. Agreed. At once. Reporting. Affirmative. Very well. Awaiting orders. At once.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes,
Reporting.
sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes. Of course. Commander? Move out. Of course. Move out. Move out. Move out. Of course.
Ready and waiting.
Reporting.
Yes, sir. Agreed.
Yes. Move out. Of course. Of course. Move out. Of course. Move out. Medic reporting. Affirmative. Commander? Of course.
Acknowledged. At once.
Medic reporting. Moving out. Yes. Of course. Of course. Move out. Move out. Of course. Move out. Of course. Move out. Move out. Of course. Move out.
Unit armor
Move out.
upgraded.
Of course. Move out. Of course. Of course. Of course. Move out.
Acknowledged. Agreed.
Yes. Of course. Of course.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Very well.
Yes. Of course. Move out.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Of course. Move out. Move out.
Acknowledged. Very well.
Yes. Move out.
Ready
Yes,
and
sir.
waiting. Ready and waiting. Yes, sir. Agreed. Very well.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes. Of course.
Awaiting
Reporting.
orders.
Affirmative.
Ready
yes,
and
sir.
waiting.
At once.
Yes. Move out. Of course.
Ready and waiting.
Yes, sir. Very well. Reporting. Agreed. Very well.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Commander? Of course.
Awaiting orders. Agreed.
Commander? Of course. Move out. Move out. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Move out. Move out. Medic affirmative. Moving out. Commander? Move out. Of course. Of course.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders.
Commander? Of course. Of course. Move out. Move out. Move out. Of course. Move out. Of course. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Agreed. Awaiting very well. At once.
Yes. Move out. Of course. Of course. Of course, of course, of course, of course, of course. Move out. Of course, move out. Of course. Of course, move out. Of course. Move out. Of course, move out. Of course. Move out. Of course.
Unit firepower
Move out.
upgraded.
Move out. Of course. Of course, move out. Of course. Move out. Of course. Of course. Yes. Of course.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Yes. Of course.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Commander?
Medic affirmative. Affirmative. Moving out.
Yes.
Medic affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes. Of course. Move out. Move out. Of course.
Yes, sir.
Commander? Of course. Move out.
Yes, sir. Very well.
Commander? Move out. Move out. Of course.
Acknowledged.
Yes. Of course.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Very well.
Commander? Move out.
Awaiting
Yes, sir.
orders.
Awaiting orders.
Reporting. Agreed.
Acknowledged. Agreed.
Yes. Move out. Move out. Of course. Move out. Of course. Move out. Move out. Of course. Commander? Move out. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course.
Awaiting orders. Agreed.
Commander? Of course. Move out. Of course. Move out. Move out.
Ready and waiting. Affirmative.
Yes. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Move out. Of course. Commander? Of course.
Acknowledged. Agreed.
Yes. Move out. Move out.
Reporting
Awaiting
orders.
Affirmative.
Yes. Move out. Commander?
Yes, sir. At once. Very well. Reporting. Very well. Affirmative.
Yes. Of course. Move out. Move out. Move out. Move out. Move out.
Reporting at once.
Yes. Of course.
Reporting. Agreed. Very well.
Commander? Move out. Of course. Move out.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Commander? Move out. Of course. Of course.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting.
Yes. Of course. Move out.
Reporting. Very well. Ready and waiting.
Yes. Move out. Move out. Of course.
Ready and waiting.
Yes. Of course. Of course. Move out.
Yes, sir. Very well.
Commander? Of course.
Ready and waiting. Affirmative.
Yes. Move out. Yes. Move out. Move out. Move out.
Reporting. Very well. Reporting. Agreed.
Yes. Of course.
Reinforcements have
Move
arrived.
out.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Very well.
Unit lost.
Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Ready and waiting.
Very well.
Commander? Of course.
Medic affirmative. Affirmative. Moving out.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes. Of course.
Reinforcements
Of
have
course.
arrived.
Yes. Of course. 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 Of course.
Yes, sir. Very well. Ready and waiting. Agreed. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Commander? Of course.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Reporting. At once. Yes, sir.
orders.
Agreed.
Medic affirmative.
Acknowledged. Very well.
Reporting.
Yes, sir. At once. Yes, sir. At once. Very well.
Commander? Of course.
Reporting.
Reporting.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders.
Yes. Of course.
Reporting.
Yes.
Reporting.
Medic affirmative.
Yes. Of course. Move out. Of course. 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 Move out. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Move out.
Acknowledged. Ready and
Very
waiting.
well. Commander. Of course. Of course. Of course. Move out. Move out. Of course. Move out. Move out.
Awaiting orders. Very well.
Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Reporting.
Commander. Of course. Of course. Move out. Of course.
Awaiting orders. Very well. Acknowledged. Agreed.
Yes. Move out.
Medic affirmative. Moving out.
Commander.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Commander. Of course.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Commander. Move out. Move out. Of course. Move out.
Ready and reporting. Agreed.
Yes. Of course. Of course. Move out. Of course. Move out. Of course. Move out. Of course. Of course.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. At once.
Commander. Of course. Move out. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Move out. Of course. Move out. Of course. 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 Of course.
Yes, sir.
Awaiting orders.
Yes. Move out. Move out. Of course. Move out. Of course. Move out. Yes. Move out. Of course.
Reporting. Affirmative. Very well. Yes, sir. At once.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Yes. Of course.
Yes, sir. At once. Affirmative. Ready and
Very
waiting.
well.
Affirmative. Very well.
Commander. Move out. Of course. Move out. Of course. Move out. Of course. Move out.
Medic reporting. Moving out.
Yes. Of course. Of course. Of course. Move out.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course.
and waiting.
Commander. Of course.
Acknowledged. Agreed.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Yes. Of course. Of course. Move out. Of course. Of course. Of course. Move out. Of course. Of course. Of course. Move out. Move out. Of course. Of course. Yes. Move out.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Moving out.
Yes, sir. At once.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes. Move out.
Reporting well. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Medic reporting. Affirmative.
Yes. Move out. Move out.
Medic reporting out. Affirmative. Medic reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting.
Affirmative.
Commander. Of course. Move out. Of course. Move out. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Move out. Of course. Move out. Of course. Move out. Move out.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Commander. Of course. Of course. Move out. Of course. Move out.
Mission accomplished.